so give it a sec.
Okay.
So, letting everybody know to go to try two.
Okay. Oops, wrong way. There we go.
Oh.
Get everybody in the frame. As I disappear into the background yet again.
Again.
Yeah, you're gonna have to hang on because they just got notified, so everybody's moving.
Okay.
Okay. But we are live then.
You are live.
Allegedly,
Yeah.
we're live. Allegedly.
You are.
We are getting too much stuff on the table. It's really messing with my a lot of stuff on the
We
table.
obviously need to clean the table off.
It was earlier.
Declutter.
You
Well,
have
yes.
stuff to play with now.
You were the one that wanted all your toys. I will point out.
Yes. However. Okay, let's see here. Holy crap, they showed up. Good God, they showed up en masse.
Do that.
They do. Okay. As usual, if you want to keep us anchored to the ground,
Maybe.
because quite honestly, it's looking sporty out there right now. Had what, a 20-degree drop in about 15 minutes?
Yeah.
Donate here. Rocks, anchors, harpoons,
Yeah.
all welcome. As wrong one. As usual. And also the U.S. Fed right now.
Yeah.
Because, damn it. If you like coffee, although we seem to be keeping them in business.
Yeah.
If you like coffee, King Harv's, try the geisha. If you order from them, let them know that you heard about it here. Maybe they'll send us more free coffee. Hint,
Yeah.
hint, nudge, nudge.
Speaking of free stuff, we'd like to thank AJ Decker for his very nice donation to the blanket fort.
It's a squirrel with a glow stick.
That actually works.
It's actually a real live glow stick.
And 100 spares.
Oh, heck of a lot more than that. I used to love these things when I was in the Army.
Yeah, we noticed you like playing with things.
Well, hush. So,
And it's now glowing.
oons, oons, oons.
So when he loses his glow stick,
Glow stick! Ah!
we now have spares.
We have replacements.
We have a lot of replacements. We have multicolor replacements and standard Army issue replacements.
And
This represents the United States financial system.
we
Back in the basement.
AJ also sent us some hot sauces. Thank you very much.
The Melinda's, if you like decent hot sauce, Melinda's is good. I like the Mexicali, but this is really good.
And debatably, Pica Peppa isn't hot.
No,
I
No.
do not recall it being all that spicy. It's very good.
Yeah.
it's an excellent sauce. It's just for something that's starts out with well, disregard. It's not that hot.
No, it's not.
And if you will provide, Richard donated some more Korean stuff.
Here you go, Courtney. Enjoy.
Courtney's a fan.
Courtney's apparently a fan. Thank you, Richard.
And Michael wants to know which Nando's sauce is the best. Found a
Oh.
grocery chain that carries some. That, yeah.
You want to start with, you want the lemon and herb. You can't get the mango and lime here in the U.S. Sometimes you can find on Amazon. The mango lime is fantastic. The lemon and herb is a good starter. You don't want to work your way up the heat because peri peri will surprise you.
Yeah.
It'll bite. Start with lemon and herb, and it's good for a lot of things. One of my favorite breakfast is bangers with a good dollop of lemon and herb and some pickled onion. That's a breakfast.
Yeah.
I love pickled onions. I love pickles.
Well, I'm going to start off with a rant. Thanks to our friend Kevin Baker, who sent me this morning from the FAA, the Office of Aerospace Medicine, Division AM-300, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. This is an actual letter that was sent to a pilot. Our review of your medical records has established you are eligible for a first-class medical certificate. The certificate you now hold is valid until the normal date of expiration. You are cautioned to abide by Title 14 of the CFRs, Section 61.53, relating to operation during medical deficiency. Because of your history of possible vaccine-induced myocarditis, hyperlipidemia, ganglion cyst removal of the left hand, knee pain, operation of the aircraft is prohibited at any time new symptoms or adverse changes occur to your health status. Use of the above reference numbers for future correspondence and our reports will aid in locating your file. Sincerely.
Who's but goose it?
Yeah.
Bureaucracy. The interesting thing is, of everything listed, hyperlipidemia is high cholesterol.
Yeah.
Okay, not a you can't fly factor. Ganglion cyst removal, not a you can't fly factor.
No, but you've never had a Class 1 FAA physical either.
No. Well, knee pain. The big one is the vaccine-induced myocarditis.
Yeah.
Which they assured us, various people in the government assured us wasn't actually happening.
Yeah.
And then, it's happening, but it's not that big a deal.
It is happening, folks. It's real.
It is a big deal. Where was I? I was ranting about something.
Winkle Red, who signed it, has actually been blacked out for security purposes.
Oh, it's Commissioner Andrew Spergel.
Lying liars lied. Yep, pretty much.
Um,
In other news, we are under a tornado warning.
we have the ingredients for tacos. We don't have the tacos yet.
Yeah. Hello, Bill, Nancy, everybody else. Yeah, they're reaping the whirlwind, Nancy. That's the problem.
No, they're not. No, that's the thing of they're not.
Well, they are because they're losing some friggin' many pilots.
Yeah, but it's not actually hurting them. It's hurting the airlines. It's not hurting the guy sitting behind the desk at the FAA.
Yeah.
Or in the government. It's not hurting them at all.
Swoons like an overdramatic soap opera actress. Okay.
That's Spergel.
Yep.
Oh, I was getting off on hot pickles. I love pickles. Garber, AE Pilot Jim, discovered a recipe for pickled onions that involves, it's called Yucatan style, and they pickle them in lime juice.
Yeah.
And I'm here to tell you people, onions pickled in lime juice, holy gods, that's good.
So the acid breaks down some of the thiols.
Yeah.
Those red onions, the pink ones that I did the day that I did the big enchilada spread, those were pickled in lime juice.
Ooh.
And the acid actually breaks down the thiols, so you still have that lovely flavor without the bitiness of a raw onion.
I drove straight to the local grocery store and got a big old chunk of sharp cheddar cheese. And I was cooking. What the hell was I cooking?
Wallbanger says you put the lime in the pickle juice, you shake it all up.
What the hell was it? What the hell did I cook?
I don't know.
Oh, green chili stew.
Yeah.
I'm making green chili stew. It's a little more involved than I usually do. So I'm throughout the steps, I'd stop, go over, cut off some sharp cheddar, spoon up a whole bunch of Yucatan style onions, glop. I was happy. Oh, I was happy.
Yes, Raptor, that is a squirrel with a glow stick, thanks to AJ Decker.
Actually, it's actually functional. I snapped it earlier. It's actual function glow stick.
Yeah.
Should last throughout the live stream.
Yeah.
Now all I need to do is rig up some sort of air pneumatic or spring thing so I can stare off in space and have this go twing.
You're going to shake it around and it's going to go flying anyway. Like that.
Lost the glow stick.
Because that's how these things work.
Oh, you see what I got to put up with, folks?
He likes it or he wouldn't come back for 2.5 years.
Now I'm coming back under threat of death, dismemberment, and other things.
6 of one, half dozen the other.
Yeah.
You said member.
And my Rita and Jonna are in the popcorn seats.
Yeah.
Can I talk smack?
Oh, honey, we talking smack's what we do here.
I have a funny story. I don't think I've told this on a podcast before, but I used to work for a health insurance company.
project.
I can project,
Yes.
darling.
Yes.
I used to work for a health insurance corporation that may or may not be a regional division of Uble Osprey and a Uble Eelche. But anyway, I felt it really was monumentally insulting that with a straight face they talk about how they refer to their customers. They refer to the customers as members, and for customer service, they don't call it that. They call it servicing members.
Oh, no.
Oh.
With a straight face. There's no way. I don't think that's obliquely meant to be like, aren't we clever? Ha ha ha. I think that's insulting. Anyway,
Yeah.
I just wanted to say that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hmm?
So,
Methyl Ermin can project pig Latin.
do I know how to clear a room or what? But anyway, member. The word member always makes me think of that.
Servicing in a rural area has a totally different meaning. Yes, and we're
Yeah.
pretty rural here.
I'm not sure that it was unintentional.
Yes, Cedar's wearing her mad scientist glasses.
Yeah.
And it's always important to bush hog these
Yeah.
rural areas.
Because I am 12, that just went in very interesting direction.
Yeah.
So,
If they were servicing members, it would be a lot nicer for the members than what they are doing. Point.
Well, I'm
Might
not sure.
include lube.
I'm not sure the cows enjoy it all that much.
how about a halfway happy ending?
Ooh.
Happy ending for somebody, anyway.
Put the cursor over center mass.
I'm trying. Nope.
Makes
Not
my
working.
cat smaller too.
Yeah.
Oh, hmm.
It's interesting how that works.
Yeah, I hit something on the mouse and it blew it up.
That's all right. We just can't see ourselves.
Probably a good thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, so okay, glow sticks need to go away.
You've talked about the glow sticks and the hot pepper and the pickles.
It's very crowded.
So,
It's
So
a very,
Courtney is moving things away.
you're doing the mom thing and taking everything away.
Courtney's doing the mom thing.
So let's see here.
Picking up after us.
Upcoming books.
Yes, Space Marines 1 is
That's not what I meant, but okay.
What we have coming out tomorrow?
What have we been working
Oh!
on like for the last
Oh!
2 days straight?
Duh.
What is Courtney working on right now?
See what I mean, folks?
Glow stick gone. Yes, actually I got guilted into finishing the Law Dog files and punting them over to Courtney, who apparently went into high gear, and to Cedar, who did an absolutely wonderful cover. So and a blurb. So
You wrote your own blurb. We just edited it.
you keep telling yourself that.
Copy paste stuff. That's not hard. Is what we did.
We're gonna pull a trigger on it fairly quickly, I assume.
That's the plan.
That's those two, and that one in the back are in charge of that. However, I honestly don't expect it to be out very quickly, because we have a pirate who's currently selling my books, and I've asked Amazon to take them down because it's piracy. Castelia has never sent me a rights revision letter. So when Amazon said, you got to prove it's yours.
You mean that pirate with the last letter of his name with an X in it?
She's
I'll
crispy
say
about
it.
that. She's crispy about that.
Mhm.
Anyway, so,
We are all crispy.
he never sent me a rights revision letter. So I can't prove it's mine. The Castelia has to take it down, and they haven't got that accomplished yet. So when we pull a trigger I'm willing to bet that Amazon will sit on it.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see.
Full story when we get done with all this.
Yeah.
Crispiness ensues.
Yeah.
Yes, and we have ways to deal with this, and we are working on those ways.
Yeah.
And yes, all three moms of the apocalypse are very crispy about this. So
Not to mention Rita.
there will be a book
Yeah.
one way or another.
Mhm.
The
Rita just shot me a look of those big blue eyes. Woo! Anyway, so sometime along here we're pulling the trigger on Law Dog Files. I wouldn't get your hopes up that it's out quite yet. It will be out. We will prevail. But we're probably going to be in a bit of a fight with Amazon for a bit. I have been told that there are 3 books.
Yes, there are.
Yes.
See, the second one, the Raconteur House official minion is working on putting together African Adventures. I wish you hadn't called up because now I'm off into the and it's never good for my squirrels.
Watching the chat.
Yeah, and it's never good for the squirrels. So we're Leota is working on the
Africa Tale.
Africa Tales.
And removing the stench. So
yeah.
I might have an opinion.
And then after that, we're allegedly I'm putting together a third, which will be the various meditations. Plus, enough people have yelled about the shift reports that when we took the shift reports out of the first one, we're going to put them in a third. So if you want the shift reports, we're going to have an all new third book that'll have shift reports and recipes and my various philosophical musings. So,
Yeah.
or so I've been told.
The elephant recipe for 3,600 will be in there. If you get more than that, add 2 hairs.
Okay, then. I'm not sure where that came from, but okay.
Everybody likes hairs in their soup.
Shut up, everyone will want one. I'm doing some embroidery, and if it were an edible dish, I'd have to list dog hair as an ingredient.
So
Legally.
the third one, there's a lot more. There's a couple of years of shift reports that I've got somewhere, and we'll go through and find the better, because the ones I chose, I don't know why I chose those. They weren't the best ones. So I'm gonna see if I can find my folder with the shift reports and turn them loose with the ladies and see what they think and get the ones they like. And then you got recipes, and I've got some extra recipes I never blogged that I'll stuff in there, and then the various philosophical musings.
Yeah.
And you'll actually get a third Law Dog Files, which people have been yelling at me about for ages. What?
Yes, and then there are other things.
Other things, yeah.
Well, fine. If you're not going to talk about it, I will.
What?
Coming out next week,
That was next.
Nothing But Time is a novella that I am in the process of finishing
Yes.
because my short story did not get selected for an anthology. So I'm expanding it out into the novella it should have been all along. So there.
Yeah.
And that should be up next week before we go to Fantasy.
And I'm kind of glad you got yourself unstuck. Otherwise, that wouldn't have worked.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I've got, as of leaving to come down here, 15,000 words into a 20-ish thousand word novella. So,
Of course, he says 20-ish thousand word novella. This coming from the gentleman who does 7-book trilogies.
6.
Oh, my bad. 6-book trilogies.
And yes, it is a male sci-fi for what that's worth.
Yeah.
But folks seem to like some of the short stuff I write and some of the novellas. So
Yes, they they keep throwing money at you.
yeah, and keep wanting a full book. And I'm going, no, I'm writing 2 series already. That's enough.
Ladies, when will the postcards from Steam be?
We usually calculate that that's going to take about a month. So with the Steam Expo being last weekend,
It's the 14th of April.
the 14th of April. So
They'll be available they'll be out on Fool's Con.
yes, they'll be out.
Friday Fool's Con they come out. So
Fool's Con's a month away.
mhm.
Yes. And Fantasi is in between here and there, which I totally forgot about
Fool's
when I
Con
was
is
telling
a month
people
away?
about
Yeah.
the next time there would be postcards.
That's right.
It takes about a month. We get them, and then about a month later they get published. So
Mhm.
those have a really short turnover. So
Yeah.
Yeah, Michael, that's true. John did make a bunch when his muse kicked out the 4th book in the Black Tide trilogy.
just show them this page for April. That's April. Just hold it up. April. So they don't need to see all the chicken scratches that every day is full. So,
Yeah.
Yes, it is also tax weekend.
Yeah.
Not that we need to be reminded of that.
I already
more
paid
reason
mine.
to drink.
Mm.
I already paid mine. Ow. Oh, for those of you who don't know, if you've got,
Hey, Kelly, we are live.
hey Kelly, if you've received any amount of money from crowdfunding, I may have covered this earlier, but
Cover it again.
yes, it used to be as long as you didn't receive any individual donations over $600, you didn't have to worry about it. The IRS apparently has somebody with 2 brain cells to rub together and went, "Oh God, we're losing money." And in the middle of February, they changed their minds. Now it's all together. If whatever you made, they don't go off the individual contributions anymore. They go off the aggregate max, and you will owe money.
Yep, this is what I was afraid of when you were doing that. I
Yep.
was like, you have to set aside a healthy chunk.
I did, thank God.
They're gonna want
Yep.
their take.
Yep,
It's just the way the government works.
I was quite happy to smile at my accountant and go, "Here's the routing number. Here's the bank account. Have the Infernal Revenue Service debit my account." And that's the interesting thing about it. If the IRS owes you money, they've got up to 2 months to send it to you.
Yeah.
If
you owe them money,
they snatched it the very next day.
Yeah.
Yep, that is
No, John. Apparently, they issue a new rule mid-February, because my accountant said, don't worry about it, and then called me like a week later and said, "Holy crap, get down to the office now." And he showed me some letter, and it's aggregate on the on crowdfunding. It's whatever the grand total is, they'll tax you on it.
Yeah, so probably as a result of Brandon Sanderson. Oh,
Well, I don't know that it was just Brandon Sanderson, although that is significantly a portion. But
yeah,
crowdfunding has become a very popular and
Yeah.
common way for people to raise money right now.
And
but
apparently,
he got what, $17 million?
More than that, I think. So it was a significant.
did you say
chunk.
47 million?
He was like, it was ridiculously high number.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And crowdfunding is like the top way for people to pay medical bills right now.
40
Yeah.
mil.
Yeah.
47 mil. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, and to answer the question, yes, I did indeed do the cover for the Battle of Waffle House 814.
Boy, you can tell it's Cedar cover, can't you? Raconteur Press is very fond of our distinctive covers by way of Cedar. Cedar has some distinctive covers.
Well,
Nothing wrong with that.
No.
with Battle of Waffle House, I was actually looking at the old Bane covers for the Oath of Swords series for
love that
David
series.
Weber's, because I love Buzzell.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But I was just, as I was messing around with fonts and treatments for it, I looked at it at one point and I'm like, this reminds me of, oh, I can play with that.
See, one of the things I I've been studying publishing houses for some reason. I don't know why. And Jim Baines said that he was very fond of Baines distinctive covers. So when I got a chance to snatch up somebody that makes distinctive covers, I took a page from Jim Baines' book and got somebody that does distinctive covers.
John wants to know, can we expect at some point a coffee table book of Cedar's book covers?
Talk to Cedar.
That's
We're looking at calendars for
we're
sure.
looking at calendars for sure. But a book could be managed. It would not be inexpensive though.
Yeah.
Full color printing is whoo.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I worked with a photographer friend to set all of his stuff up, and it was not cheap,
Mm-hmm.
but they're amazing pictures of Alaska and Antarctica right now.
Oh yeah.
Kelly, I'm sure he did. Kelly Eads says, met the office manager for Waffle House in Fredericksburg, Virginia at a bar. He had stories.
It's Waffle House. If he didn't have stories, I'd think he was a fraud.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so I got to do that cover, work on the art for that cover while listening to Kelly read the story out loud. Because he'd asked me to do it and I was stuck. I kept trying different things and I didn't like what I was getting. So then at the Steampunk Expo, he was reading it and I was listening to it and going, oh, ooh, okay, I know what to do now.
So is it out?
It sounds like it.
Posted the link in our Texas Troublemaker.
Okay.
Okay.
So
He didn't say anything to
Would have
me,
been nice if he had a friggin' told us.
right? Yeah, he didn't tell me.
Yeah, you dropped it during your live stream.
Oh,
Hi,
that's
Kelly.
why. I'm sure he.
is Kelly Grayson on here?
No,
No.
Okay.
Kelly Eads is.
Yeah.
The other Kelly.
Mm.
Sent the EPUB last night. Maybe I should have held off.
By the way, Kelly, we will be in your neck of the woods next month or next week at Raleigh Durham. So if you wander up that way, say hi. Yes, Jesse, I'm following him, but I don't see. I'm still blocked on Facebook. They never even sent out. I mean, I never even saw my own announcement about this this afternoon.
I didn't see it.
Mm-mm.
I think it got blocked again.
Well, I
It's
post.
in North Texas, but it's showing. So
Yeah.
Okay.
I posted a video that's this absolutely amazing walkthrough of a pipe organ. I mean, they like go climb around inside, and there are no interactions at all on Facebook with that. So it's just the weirdest things.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know on Facebook.
Oh, look, I just got a notification from PubShare.
Someone's working.
Somebody's
she
work-
multitasks.
She does.
This is what
Yeah,
she
John, we
does.
talked to you about that and you said you weren't going.
Yeah, Fantasy.
Fantasy, yeah. And yes, Steph is on here too. Thanks for getting back to me with the stories for Twisted Tropes, Steph. I appreciate that. Quick turnaround. Working on that one.
Okay, so for those of you who actually care, I just clicked a button on the Law Dog files in PubShare.
Yay.
we'll see how that works.
Yes. I think it will shock all of us if it just sails right through.
No kidding.
Yeah.
No kidding.
If it does, the next one will take frickin' forever.
This is how these things work.
Yep. Been there, done that more than once. When you got to fight for your own book and prove that you have the copyright for it.
Don't get me started.
Yeah, it's all right. We'll have everything ready to go.
We've got our ducks.
Is
as
that the
much
is
in a
that the
row
only
as we
thing in
can.
PubShare I need to?
Yeah, you're good so far.
Okay, I'm good so far. Good.
I'll poke you when the rest is important. Just chill.
So, yes, the Law Dog files. I just hit the sure.
And Twisted Tropes, the contracts will go out this week. I'm late on it because I'm trying to finish the novella. But I will get the Twisted Tropes contracts out this week. Yes, so far. Yeah,
So
Dawn.
far for what? What?
Dawn. So far. Your comment about everything's going good so far.
No, that's just add so far to just about anything.
Yeah.
Jim, your shirt matches the wallpaper. When you move, it freaks the cats out.
Good. Those cats need to be freaked out. Kelly has a pair, I think it's brother and sister, that are weird.
They're cats.
They're cats, yeah.
I like cats. They're
Yeah.
like monkeys, only fun.
Yeah. Well, reversions of fun.
Yes, cats are cool. Monkeys are not.
I still have a tooth in my hand from a cat.
Well, yes.
So cats are not my friends.
Did we cover the monkey attack in just north of us in Oklahoma last week?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, the people do not believe me. Do
Yeah.
not believe me. And then the great thing is people don't believe me about monkeys because they keep sending me links to baby monkeys saying asking how cute they are.
They only don't believe you because they've never had a monkey masturbate on their desk.
This is true. You have had that experience,
Yes, I have.
and you can keep that experience.
I didn't want it to begin with.
For those of you who don't know, Rita feels about monkeys probably worse than I do. If Rita could hit the big orange button that would open a can of sunshine on every monkey in the world, she would grin while she was doing it.
I would.
Yeah, it differs. 11 cats out there. You need to get rid of a few.
Well, most of them are kittens right now, and I don't know if they're planning on keeping them all. There was a moment of weakness by her husband, who is a sweet man, but sometimes I have questions about you, Kermit.
Yeah.
So, anyways, from the pictures, a long-tailed macaque, which Thailand, that offered them to you, the monkeys.
The kitten.
No, the
Oh,
kittens.
Wow. The long-tailed macaque, and a juvenile at that, not a full-grown one. Apparently jumped up. Some lady looked out, and it was on her front trying to get in, and snapped off the door handle trying to get in. And because she's an American and apparently not too bright, she went out to negotiate with the terrorist of the monkey, and it proceeded to tear her ear in half.
Yeah.
And took off at a dead run. And she called a friend or a brother. Different reports have it either friend or brother who showed up. The monkey jumped up on his pickup because South Oklahoma. When he opened the door, it slapped him. Pow.
Yeah.
And apparently, friend and brother, I don't even center punched it with something out of a pistol and ended the problem right there.
Yay.
If that thing had been full grown, if that was a 15-pound monkey, maybe 20, if it had been full grown at 40, 45 pounds, it would have been a whole different kettle of fish.
Yep.
Monkeys are evil. Anybody that thinks monkeys are cute has fallen prey to the monkey propaganda.
Yeah.
Don't. They're evil.
Winkle Reed, is your murder mooch okay? Also, I like murder mooches. That fits well.
Lemurs. I don't have much experience with lemurs, actually. I never got to Madagascar. The ringtails at the London Zoo were completely adorable. Monkeys, no. I have experience with monkeys. I do not like them.
That's about as bad as people that loved koalas. Those
They have chlamydia.
Well, that's among other things.
The question is, did they consent to having chlamydia?
Apparently, it's endemic in the species.
Yes. And they are nasty. They stink, and they will bite.
And they're stupid.
Yes.
And they're mean in the way only truly stupid things can be. Koalas are, but that's Pacific Theater. I don't have to worry
They
about
don't get enough fat in their diet for their brain to develop into like anything approaching intelligence,
Yeah.
which is probably just as well because look at what happens with monkeys.
Yeah.
They do get fat in their diet.
it.
And they also do have claws.
And teeth and,
Yeah.
and chlamydia.
At least they don't have a poisonous spur like platypus do.
Yeah, true.
I don't mind platypuses. You look at a platypus, it's like,
But like anything else in Australia, it's going to try to kill you anyway
yes.
because you're food.
Winkle red, that is fairly common with a long-lived cat. I grew up with farm cats, and you could measure their lifespan in a matter of months, usually.
Yeah.
And the problem is that when you get to a certain age, most cats develop kidney problems, and then you have to go to special diets to keep them going. So,
And there are people,
Two-fisted grip on his glow stick.
and don't get me wrong, there are people that will spend a butt ton of money on their animals. And I say more power to them.
mhm.
But what I hate are the assholes that will dump them out in the country.
Yeah.
I got issues with that. I have some major issues with that.
I do too. But
Yeah.
and I have said before, I grew up making money as a teen shooting feral dogs and cats in East Texas and Southwest Arkansas.
Yep.
Because they will go feral. And when you get a pack of dogs, they are worse than a pack of coyotes.
Mhm. Yeah,
Because-
I included a story in one of the hunting anthologies about having to put down a pack of feral dogs.
Yeah.
And I knew it might upset some people, but it's reality
Yeah.
I've had to put down a dog that was coming after livestock. So,
That's not the one that used to hack me off.
Well, they'll come after livestock. They'll come after kids.
The
They'll
one,
come after adults.
mhm.
the ones that really used to piss me off was when somebody would dump the family golden retriever out in the boonies because he'll be happier and the coyotes tear him apart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
The number of dogs I've had to shoot because they've been ripped up by coyotes is
Yeah.
just. And I'm not going to say
Yeah.
I'm not getting
We've
even nightmares.
pretty much taken care of the coyotes in the area,
They're coming back.
Yeah.
They are friggin' coming back.
and they're not paying for them anymore. So hell with it. I'm not going to waste a bullet on one of them. Besides which, have you looked at the price of ammo lately?
No kidding. No kidding.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we just lost our dog not that long ago, and I had taken her in, and the first vet wanted to run a ton of expensive tests on her, and so we brought her home because we didn't realize how sick she was. And it wasn't until that evening when I was trying to give her a bath because she was incontinent that I realized what was going on with her. And had the first vet actually done a proper examination, we would not have walked out of that vet with her that day because
Yeah.
she had masses and it was that time. And so by weekend, we had taken her to the vet and they took care of everything. But I grew up with when it was time for a critter to have to go down, you took them out and you put the bullet in them yourself.
Yeah.
You knew where to hit them so that they weren't going to suffer. And it is this horrible, sucky thing to have to do, but at least you're taking care of it and not foisting it off on someone else.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of animals that I did that I did a needful for,
Mm-hmm.
and I've always gone to a vet and I've held the animal while.
Yeah, when we were saying goodbye to Trixie, all three of us were holding on to her during her last moments.
Yeah. The problem with the cats, the feral cats especially, is they tend to get rabies.
Not only that, they
have,
they're highly efficient hunters,
yeah.
Yes.
and you get some. I don't mind the feral cats here in our park because we have one of the worst rat problems I've seen in a small town.
Yeah.
Something with the back-to-back droughts and the explosion in coyotes. All of the rats and the voles have moved into town.
Yeah.
So the cats
That's
keep
a-
them down.
That's a push-pull on the population.
Yeah.
So you get a rise in the rat population, and that's going to bring the coyotes, their predators, or any of their predators, so foxes and whatever, up with them. And the rise in the rat population usually has to do with food availability. And I've noticed an awful lot of people feed birds around here
Yeah, it's
because
bird sanctuary.
But you're also feeding the rats.
Yeah.
Have you been on Gordon Lake Dam in the evening?
Yeah.
No, I haven't been over there on the evening.
Go walk across the dam in the evening,
Mm.
Yeah.
and the rats will run up and panhandle.
Maybe not.
Closely followed by the snakes. They're after the smaller rats.
Right. The baby rats.
Speaking of which, I haven't seen a rattler on the lake since
I've seen a rattler in like
October?
couple of years. I haven't seen one in a couple of years.
I saw one in October when I was wandering around down there.
I haven't seen one since I moved here to Texas.
The
You just jinxed yourself.
Probably.
we got coyotes coming into town. Probably after the gray fox family that lives down the street. Coyotes hate foxes.
Yeah.
They're competitors for food, or so the coyotes think. And they'll slaughter a fox family with a quickness.
Yeah.
But there's a coyote coming into town, and
And I have yet to see him.
he was stirring up Cedar's place,
Yeah.
and then came
Trotting
over.
down the alley back between our houses there.
And then he came over by my and was walking down Bond Street in front of my house when I was drinking my coffee on the porch. And I was headed for the rifle when I realized a 308
Yeah.
at 6 in the morning might not be a good thing. So I need something in between a 308 and a 22 long rifle. Coyotes are really a little big for a 22 long rifle. I need to find a 17 Winchester Magnum or a 22 Hornet somewhere cheap. Because it's 22 long rifle, sweetheart. So, because I'm fixing to turf a coyote. I don't tolerate coyotes in town.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of dead ones on the roads right here around town.
I don't mind them out in the I don't mind it out in the boonies, but not in town.
Yeah.
Coyotes in town are a problem.
Michael, I'm not sure whether he can or not or
Yeah.
should, but he's going to.
It's called shoot, shovel, and shut up.
It's rural Texas.
Yeah.
As long as you got a hunting license, they don't care.
Well,
I should
John,
probably double check on
ideal
that.
would be a suppressed 9. Yes.
I just don't have 18 months to wait for Ken.
Yeah.
I bought my husband a little air pistol thing that shoots these wicked little steel sabot
Yeah.
Oh,
things. But I bought him that in Ohio because the bunnies were eating up my gardens. And I'm like, honey, you sit out on the porch all the time. You get to do target practice.
177
Blink, blink.
peak. Yeah.
And
Some of
rabbits
those-
squeal.
Yeah. Some of those air rifles and air pistols are pretty powerful anymore.
man, if I could put one of those little darts into Mr. Coyote's happy sack, I'm willing to bet he wouldn't come back.
Or reproduce for that matter.
Subtronic 22s, a lot of them. Yeah, Kelly.
I just,
Of course, you'd be trying to follow him as he's hauling ass down
after
the
the
road.
first shot. And the neighborhood we're in, there's not a lot of safe
Directions. Yeah.
Yeah, Richard, I think we're going to be on a couple of panels together next weekend. Should be interesting.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Yeah. Want to find out how your trip to Hawaii went, whether you got to that restaurant I recommended over on Kauai.
Yeah, if I could put one of those 177 darts into his mommy daddy maker, I'm willing to bet that one, he said new land record out of town, and two, I wouldn't see him again.
Rats. Okay. Well, I'm glad y'all had fun, Richard. That's the important part. Hawaii is not one of my favorite places to go.
Pacific Theater, don't know anything about it.
Yeah. That's a rant for another time.
I always wanted to go to Hawaii with my dad because he went through high school there. So he knows some interesting little places that probably no longer exist because that was 47 years ago.
Yeah. Well, RK, we'll say a prayer for him.
It's my child's. I don't even know. It's my son's key ring. I grabbed it so I could take the car.
That.
Paper towel dispenser.
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Paper towel dispenser. That's
Yes, Joel, I definitely do. Having been stationed there and in and out of Hawaii for, God, 40 years.
we've got
I'm not saying that I spent a lot of time at the Hilton, but I watched a young lady go from a new hire at the front desk to the manager of the desk before she retired.
Raven and I have either 500 or 1,000 rounds of the Aguila Super Colibri, and I like it. The squirrels around here don't. They don't like it at all. I like it, but it's for coyotes.
It's not quite enough.
No. Again, though, if I can target the coin purse,
Yeah.
that probably might do it.
I may have to start sitting out back at my place if I'm going to put in a garden. Now that we don't have a dog and the cat's an inside cat, the squirrels are going to take over our backyard.
Yeah, Greg, Holicoa is nice. I only managed to stay there once because usually my scheduling going to Hawaii was fairly short notice. So I never had enough lead time to actually get in there. But I would always go over there for breakfast because it was $20 a morning cheaper than anywhere else. There was one morning I snuck out to smoke a cigarette on the upper level, and there's 2 or 3 guys standing out there smoking. And I kept looking at them, and it's like, those faces look familiar for some reason. And a couple more guys came out, and they looked vaguely familiar. And finally, this one guy walks out, and I see the emblem on his shirt, Medal of Honor Society. They were in town for their annual meeting. And I went, oh, nice to see you guys. Thank you for what you did, and I'm leaving now.
I'm gone.
Now, what did you do?
Hush.
He's disassembling things.
I'm not I'm not.
Yes, you are disassembling.
I'm putting it back together. What are you smiling at?
Nothing at all.
Oh, Big Tech Ordnance does have the mod light. That's interesting.
Mod light. People keep saying I need to get a can of suppressor for a 9 mil. I don't have anything with a threaded barrel.
Threaded barrels are easy to come by. And we know a gunsmith that can fix that.
Guns are the Legos of the big boy world.
Yes.
Now, AR-15s are the Legos of the gun world. Or, I'll take that back. AR-15s are men's Barbies.
Is that why they call them Barbie guns?
Yeah.
Well, okay then. No, I think,
Barbie guns, poodle shooters.
Poodle shooters.
what's the knockoff Legos? It's like ARs would be that, and your sniper rifle would be the real thing. Because I've heard you tell that story of building it.
Oh, I'm in.
Yeah.
I love rail. Oots. I love Raven concealment. I love their holsters, but they're really annoying me right now because I've got a Glock 48 MOS, which has got the. Not only does it have the slot for an optic, it's also got rails up front, which I don't need for a light. And the rails make it just squirrely enough that Raven Concealment's holsters don't fit, which really annoys me right now because I have to find something else that's not Raven Concealment and annoys the crap out of me.
Probably Safari Land.
Yes, probably.
Yeah. I mean, Safari Land makes a decent level too.
Yeah, I don't need a level 2. I'm not a cop anymore.
Yeah.
I'm not a cop. I'm just call me on holsters.
Raptor, I would add 2 others to that list. I would add a actually, well, I don't know if I'd add them to the list. Les Bayer,
1911's Dan Wesson.
Dan Wesson, yeah, and also Ed Brown. Sadly, Cylinder Slide is closed. Billy retired.
I think he's transferring his Cylinder Slide to somebody else, though.
I'm not sure, but
That won't be the same.
won't be the same. Yeah. Richard, we got enough spare parts down here to build an M1 carbine.
One?
At least.
I don't know about Philster. It's too much fiddly bits for me. And I'm not going to carry appendix. I've carried on my hip at 3 to 4 o'clock for friggin' 50 years. Why should I change it?
Well,
Because if I go to draw, I'm going to go to the hip first.
anyway.
Yeah.
That's the Raven Concealment Perun is my perennial favorite holster,
Yeah.
and it's outside the waistband at 330.
Yeah.
And now I got to find a polymer or a Kydex outside the waistband, because with weightlifting and the stress, my spare tire is taking up a lot of my inside the waistband space. Why are you shaking your head at me?
Nothing.
Okay.
High point. We've actually tried a High Point 45 carbine, Ben.
They're fun.
Yeah, they're fun, except if you have a mustache.
Yeah, no kidding.
And that damn carbine, there is a place where the buttstock and the action joint that is right catches your mustache.
Yep.
Oh, ow.
So it
Yes,
literally
no,
is
not
pulling
fun.
hairs out of your mustache when you try to shoot it.
Yep. I got rid of a AR-15 because the collapsible buttstock was just off brand enough that I kept losing mustache hairs.
Yeah.
And nothing throws off your long range shooting quite like a stabbing pain in your upper lip.
Yes, Dawn, you don't have that problem.
I was gonna say they warn
Not
us.
that problem.
They warn us, ladies, about hot brass and certain parts of the anatomy, and don't wear low cut shirts. But nobody ever said anything about this whole
No,
mustache
they
issue.
don't.
You know, it
Not
doesn't
that I
matter.
have to worry about it, but
It doesn't matter how high of a collar you have. If you have certain assets, you will still get brass in there. Just saying.
There's some architecture that's just going to catch,
Yeah.
Yeah.
just going to catch brass.
And we're not going to touch that.
I wore a scarf. I managed to get it between the scarf and the shirt. Not that I have issues or anything with that.
Well, what really sucks, and why I always tell people wear a cap with
Uh-huh.
a bill, is when one sticks between your shooting glasses and your eyeball.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I don't need to wear a hat. I'm not going to bang. Ow, 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 ow.
That's one of the reasons that Boonie hats from Shelta.
Yeah.
SHELTA. Would you
Stiff
pass me
jib.
that?
It's got a stiff brim on it.
Yeah. It's a Boonie hat, and it's got a polymer insert for the brim. So it keeps the brass out of your glasses.
I do not I trim my nose hairs, Richard, unlike a lot of people. I have seen people that could braid their nose hairs into their mustache.
One of these days, I'm going to invent a little bitty weed whacker, and I'm going to name it the Schnozzinator. And done.
I thought they made those. They look like little rotor rooters. They're circular.
Yeah, it doesn't have the little wire. I want one that's got the little plastic string.
I don't think I want a wire loose up there.
Nope.
Exactly. Trim your nostril hairs and give you a lobotomy all in one fell swoop.
Yeah, Winkle Red, I know about being ballish and brass bouncing off a stall wall. Actually, in my case, I was shooting my initial LTC qual here in Texas. And rather than the big puffy ears, I had my in-ear ear protection on. And the walls were fairly tight where I was shooting. But they weren't tight enough because the guy the next lane over ejected one that went over the barrier, hit my wall, and ricocheted into my ear just about the time I shot. So rather than a perfect score, I got a 238.
Oh,
Not that he's
no.
not salty about this.
Oh,
That
no.
is it.
That was in 2016. I'm still pissed.
I was Amarillo. I was running I was on qual firearms qualification. And the problem that year involved a single wide trailer.
Yeah.
And you had from the front area, you went down that side hall, and you got ambushed by somebody in the first bedroom. And I was going down the hall on MP5, and I was going to make a point. And when the target popped out, I mag dumped it. Unfortunately, I was up against the wall on the right-hand side. So about 15 of those 32 rounds bounced
off.
and just went everywhere all over me. I looked like I had chicken pox or been attacked by a pepperoni pizza.
Wallbanger LTC is licensed to carry in Texas. That's why I said LTC.
Oh, okay.
I was reading Michael Cowsbeak's Bouncing Brass from the Grounds Off My Horn, and I read horn, and the brain did not go to brass, it went to horns, and I was trying to figure him out.
We have a Peter.
Yeah.
You can't get in because the door's locked. So
You locked the door. Oh, nose.
Larry was extracting hulls directly to the guy next to him.
Dump pouch. Oh, I hate when that happens. It's dumping expended rounds in the guy's dump pouch. I hate it when that happens.
Oh. Yeah.
I'll tell you, you're talking, it's got a tornado warning.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
kidding, right? I did. I mag dumped that target to make a point, and I didn't realize that the ejection port of MP5 was about 4 inches from the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Got your attention, didn't it?
it looked like being attacked by a pepperoni pizza.
And Peter just wandered in.
You know,
We've got a
Got
full
a
house.
Boy Scout bugle for $8, RK. Wow.
does the
Bugles
Boy
for
Scout come
taps
with it?
would be appreciated.
Does
Say-
the Boy Scout come with it?
No, it's RK. And she says, hi, Peter.
Uh-huh.
So, news. We're going to be live with Law Dog Files sometime. Said there's going to be probably going to be a bit of a fight before it gets online. After that, Space Marines 1, Jim's stuff's coming out. Okay, Glocks. Something about Glocks.
Yeah.
Something about Glocks. For the first 100 rounds, when I shoot a Glock, no matter if it's a 19, a 17, a 23, or a 48. For some reason, throughout the first 100, 200 rounds, the damn things eject straight back and they bounce the rounds off my forehead. Now, about 100, 200 rounds, they start kicking off to the right like you're supposed to. But that first break-in period can be really distracting.
That's because of the ejector.
Really
The ejector
distracting.
spring has to break in. RK the Navy renaming ships.
I thought they weren't supposed to do that. I thought it was bad luck or something.
It is bad luck, but they have been directed that they will rename ships because of the Confederacy issue.
Oh, God.
The interesting part is the Robert Smalls, which is going to be the name that Chancellorsville gets. And I want to see them try to get the Chancellorsville off the stern. Will mean that there are two, not one, but two USS Robert Smalls. Because the Army has one, the USS Robert Smalls, as a prepositioned ship. So there will be two USS Robert Smalls in inventory simultaneously, one in the Army, one in the Navy.
That's going to not going to be confusing at all.
Yeah. I can just see some Army sergeant. The fuck. This does not look like a supply ship.
For those of you who
And
don't
some
know,
chief going, you come here.
the Army's got a pretty bloody huge Navy.
Actually, more ships than the Navy has.
Pretty bloody huge.
Smaller, but more ships.
More of them.
We actually loaned the Navy, loaned the Army a couple to play with.
Off the East Coast, there might have been sometime in the past a detachment of Army foot type folks on an Army landing craft, and the lieutenant colonel for for these Army types might have been called because they had broken into somebody's life rafts and got the paddles, and they were sitting astride the sides of the boat with the paddles, paddling furiously while the sergeant, the NCOIC, was playing the theme song to Hawaii Five-0 on a kazoo.
That sounds oddly specific.
Was alcohol involved?
Nope, there was allegedly no alcohol involved, just sheer mischievousness.
Yeah, John, 7th Transportation Brigade at Fort Eustis. Yep. The funnier one, when I was at ONR, we built a couple of prototype ships just for shit and giggles to see if they would work. One of them was called the M-Hull. And it was actually fairly small, but ocean going capable with a unique hull design, which meant it could do about 40 knots in a pretty good sea state. And we finished our testing, and the Army went, "Can we play?" So we went, "Sure, have a boat." They had to furnish the crew. And somewhere the Army found a warrant officer that had grown up on tuna boats.
It's a warrant officer. And
So he became the CO of the M boat or M craft.
allegedly, there was a warrant officer in charge of the one that this unknown recon team was.
Yeah.
But was
So-
he laughing so hard he couldn't stand up straight?
Yeah.
He might have actually blown coffee out through his nose.
So he put a crew together, and then the Army is sitting there going, now we got to figure out something for you to do with it. Go play. So
They told a warrant officer to go play.
he took it down to the Caribbean, or Caribbean, depending on your pronunciation, and started chasing drug runners
It's like telling E4 to go play.
and catching them.
Mm-hmm.
So on his own, apparently, he called the Coast Guard and said, "Hey, can I have an LE det? Because I'm chasing these guys down. I can't do a damn thing with them when I catch them." And the Coast Guard went, "Sure,
Why
here's 4
not?
guys."
Why not?
I don't think the Coast Guard gets nearly enough credit for being flexible.
Well,
I love the
the-
puddle pirates.
The Coast Guard is the only actual law enforcement detachment.
Mhm.
Even when a Navy ship is involved, there's still a Coast Guard detachment on the boat.
Because they're actually federal law enforcement.
They're federal law enforcement.
Mhm.
The best one, though, was the semi-submersible that they caught 3-4 years ago now.
I love that video.
And the Coast Guard guy jumps on the semi-submersible, which is semi-submerged,
And
and
he's
he's beating
being on the hatch. Open
on
up.
the hatch. Yeah. With his pistol in his hand, loaded and ready to fire.
Get out here. Get out here.
Yeah.
I love the puddle pirates.
Come out here so I can shoot you. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm not sure that's
Well,
incentive.
Apparently, they actually told the guy to pull over, and when
Yeah.
he didn't,
Yeah, they went after him.
get out here.
Yeah, they can get civil mariner certs, and a friend of mine who is former Coast Guard actually has his 100-ton any ocean any ship license, master's license, and he got that as an E6 in the Coast Guard.
I love the puddle pirates. I give them
Yeah.
hell, but my God, they are flexible.
Yeah.
Morally and operationally.
Yeah.
Why does this Navy have pretty kids?
Yeah.
Because the Coast Guard.
Yeah. And on that note, folks, we've wasted another hour of your time.
It just
and
sunk in.
not touching that.
Just sunk in.
And we did not get them blown away. So
Not yet, anyway.
thank you for watching. And Glock 200 rounds. Yeah. Just to get your attention. So
I haven't shot the new 48 yet.
Yeah.
It's got a Swamp Fox optic on it, and I'm waiting to see if the ejected cases of 200 rounds bounce off the optic.
Yeah. So anyway, y'all have a good weekend. Be safe.
Y'all be
Stay
safe.
out
guys.
of trouble. And remember, don't sweat the petty stuff. Don't pet the sweaty stuff.
Now,
We'll
how
see
do
y'all later.
Now there it is.